Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, first of all, I want to say thank you to all of my friends who were able to take part in Zoom this afternoon. Before explaining my material for today, it is better if I introduce myself first. My name is Ragil Quanita Putri, NPM 21-20022. Today, I will explain about improving students' writing skill using Brainswriting strategy. Well, without taking much more time, let's go to the first slide. Well, in the first slide, there are some quotes from several sources about writing. Writing is a process to create some ideas of students' knowledge to be a written. Learning to write in a new language is not always easy. And the last, writing is an interesting activity. It can give students some advantage, although basically there are difficulties in writing, but it is still a useful, essential, integral, and enjoyable part of the foreign language lesson. In Indonesia, teaching and learning are important for human life. All people should have an education. In this case, study English is important to all people, especially for our generation because English is an international language and it has been used spread all over the world. Most people consider to learning English as difficult, especially in writing. Writing is one of important skill in English subject beside the other skill. To improve the student's writing skill, we have to know what strategy is the most suitable for the student. Okay, next in the next slide, there are writing involves several components which have to be considered including word choice, use of appropriate grammar, syntax, mechanics, and organization of ideas into coherent and cohesion form. The students have to have knowledge about the elements of writing in order to deliver good writing. Furthermore, is it that writing is one of the most challenging skills for students. The students are expected to be able to write and understand the meaning of function, text, and short essays such as narrative, descriptive, and recount to be interact in students' daily life. Thus, the teacher has to able to guide the student to write well because it's not easy for student. Okay, next in the next slide, there is method. You can see the picture. There are two cycle. This is first cycle and second cycle. There are Brainswriting is a method for quickly generating ideas by asking participants to compose their ideas on paper and exchanging ideas writing about tinkering with that happen to brainstorming technique. Okay, let me explain what is the cycle. There are 4 steps of typical action research model. They are defined into certain cycle of action starting from stage 1, it's planning, stage 2, it's acting, stage 3, it's observing, and the last stage is reflecting. The cycle stops if the student had reached the target score start in school KKM, criteria ketuntasan minimal. That is 70 as the minimum score for English subject. In other hand, if the student cannot reach the target score which was taught in school KKM, this cyclical process of action research should be continued. The research broke into two cycles, which each cycle contained present and posted. There were total 7 meetings conferred on those two cycles. Their meeting are 3 meetings were for tests and the other 4 meetings were for doing treatment. The treatment was teaching writing, especially discussion with the application of brainwriting strategy. Okay, next. Yeah, you can see that this is a table of step from cycles 2 and cycles 1. There are planning, acting, observing, and reflecting. You can read. In this activity is the several activity of from the other step. It start and the one step it's planning. There are arranging a lesson plan based on the teaching material and prepare the teaching material. And 2, acting. There are acts to arrange the ideas into a paragraph as a test to evaluate student. Explain the description text and ask student about their problem in previous lesson. And 3, observing. There are use observation checklist to observe student activity and observe student respond towards brainwriting. And the last step is reflection. That is, there are analyze the weakness and strength of implementation, made a reflection and conclude the result, evaluate the learning process and analyze the result, and to do in teacher and student. Okay, that's all I can explain so far. Is there anything you want to ask? If there is, please active the mic. I invite the question in this session. Do you have any question?
Okay, my name is Triwahyu Oktaviani. Thank you, Ragil, for the explanation. Now I have a question. What difficult did the student find so that they had problem with writing?
Okay, thank you, Tri, for the question. Okay, any question else?
Yes, my name is Inta Mawada and I have a question. What are the obstacles for teachers to apply writing subjects? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for Intan for the question. Please give me time to answer the question. Thank you. Okay, I will answer the question from Tri Wahyu. The question is, what difficulties did the student find so that they had problem with writing? Okay, many factors can hinder student in writing, including the lack of ideas or motivation that can encourage student to write, the lack of vocabulary mastered by student, and the disinterest of student in writing because the teacher does not apply effective and interesting learning to the lack of ability student to adjust between coherence and cohesion in writing. Okay, it is the answer of question from 3. How about 3? Is it clear?
Yes, thank you for answer, Ragil. I understand.
Okay, thank you, 3. And the second question from Intan. The question is, what are the obstacles for teacher to apply writing subject? Okay, beside the student problem, the writers also found other problems come from the teacher. Most of them, as a teacher, use monotonous strategies. It makes students not interested in learning writing. The teacher only explain about generic structure of the text without explaining meaning from descriptive text. In teaching writing, the teacher only gave topic without helping the student to develop their ideas. Unfortunately, the teacher did not guide them how to write well. It makes most students were bored in learning writing process. Okay, how about Intan? Did you understand?
Yes, I understand. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, from what I have explained, I come to the conclusion that teachers need to try many strategies to improve student ability and understanding. One excellent method to improve grammar and vocabulary development is writing skill discussion using brainwriting that have been provided by writers. It is highly recommended for teachers to teach writing skill instead of using monotonic method. This strategy can be used as a refresher for students, so board or during the lesson can be reduced. Okay, maybe that's all I can say. Once again, I say thank you to all my friends who have participated in Zoom this afternoon. And I am finally, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.